dear. So we'd left this wee car running. I was just eating my sandwich. Service kit's down there. Got a massive overheat. So something's not working right. Run half an hour or something like that. Right. Radiator fluid. Right, so finished my bag wet. Check these two pipes. They're boiling hot. These two heater matrix. Obviously, you can see I've got my hand on that. Both of them are stone cold. So I've got a failed thermostat or a failed water pump, one of the two. So customer needed this car back for I think 6 o'clock. Obviously none of the two of us were aware it had this issue. Yeah, so both heater matrix pipes pretty much stone cold. Interesting stuff, eh? Okay, doke. Not good. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We have a little Ford car, which is basically a Fiat 500 in disguise. Unfortunately, it come in for service. There's some service parts there for it. There's a wheel bearing down there for it also as well. But unfortunately, in the time it took me, I brought the car in from out there, put it on the ramp, fired it up. The wife had just came back with some lunch, so I thought, right, I'll have my lunch, we'll let this warm up, and we'll drain the oil once it's all warmed up, because it's best practice to drain it while it's hot. So, anyway, within about half an hour, the wee car, you could see steam coming out it was overheating. So, we had a little look, had a little feel around the pipes. It was hot. Anything past the thermostat basically was stone cold. So all the heater matrix pipes and all that were all stone cold. So, and when we removed the thermostat, which is in this little box actually, there, so we removed the thermostat and basically nothing come out. Now we removed it with this pipe attached. Once we've taken that pipe off, some coolant ran out of there, so there was nothing actually inside the engine. And you can see all the kind of powderisation inside it as well, all that kind of gunky stuff there, so it's no good. So we fitted that, we checked the wee car last night, we had ran it up to temp, and I said, right, that's a long time for the fan not to come on. We give the fan a little chap, and on she come. But it is quite noisy. So we've ran the car up to temp again today. We've checked the coolant level and it was just needed a little bit topped up before we bleed it. That's normal. So we topped that up. We checked oil level on it as well, which is just on the minimum. And we let it run for you well. So we let it run. So it was running for a long time. It was running for a good few hours. And I've been monitoring it. And I have been giving it a little tap, trying to get the fan on. It wasn't coming on, so then I gave it another little love tap and it come on, but I had just by that point, and the temp gauge was only sitting at halfway, so it wasn't actually showing like it was overheating, but you could just see water dripping out of here, and you can see that on the floor there. So I mean, it's maybe the cap because it has had an overheat, maybe damaged the seal on it, you know, that little rubber O-ring thing there. And then there's another one further up, I think, another sort of seal. But obviously with the fan not working, and I have just had the email back, and it is absolutely astronomical for what it is. So I think the only bit you can get separate is the resistor, which is not too bad, the resistor, but the rest, the shroud, the motor and all that, geez man. So we have asked the question, can we get just the motor? And then it would be a case of unbolting all this shroud, unbolting this motor from the shroud, and then if it is just a motor, or can you get the motor with the fan attached? Not sure, so we've asked the question because that's knackered. So there you go. So we'll see how hot it is just now. So it's cooled down quite a bit already, so it's just unfortunate. So I mean, it's telling us it's a low temperature outside, 3 degrees, so it's a wee bit warmer than that in Scotland today. So, but aye, it was just dripping out of there, so as a concern. Now with the system pressurising too much. If we actually have a wee look, actually, I'll get the torch. So we'll get the torch, and you can just see down the bottom of the radiator down there, it is a bit rusty. Now I didn't see any leaks on it other than what came out the cap, but if you look at the top of the radiator, it's nice and clean. We'll get down the bottom down there where the light's kind of shining, and it is rather rusty down there. I don't think it's quite as bad on this side. Well, it's maybe just harder to see into it, but I don't think it's quite as bad. So I know the fan is working if I give it a little chat, but I don't think it's going anywhere near as hard as what it should. So there you go, guys, a wee bit further work to do on this one. So we'll need to see if we can maybe get either a cheaper fan, or hopefully we can get it separate, and we'll take it for there, guys. Hey guys, welcome back. We have a Ford car. We did the thermostat housing on it the other week, and when we were monitoring it we noticed the cooling fan, which does sound a bit rough, wasn't working. However, it did come on with a little dunt. Yeah, there's coolant in there. Yeah, so the coolant's still there. That's good. So we just need to change this fan now. So, and it looks like the right one we have. I was first told it was not available aftermarket, and you could only get it for the dealer. However, when I phoned back to get I asked them could we get the part number to see if we could get it from eBay or whatever. And the guy says, "Oh, no, it's available to order." And I went, "Oh, okay, right, sound." So here we are. So the first guy was wrong. It is available. So take off this trunk, take the air filter box out. I shall double check I have no more bolts in it. I don't think I have. Let's see what's happening there. Right, so there's one pipe going in there, and there's another rubber one on there as well. So I'm just going to leave that there, to be honest with you. I don't need that out any further. We'll see if we can get these bolts. Need to get the plug. Get the plug off it. There's one down there as well. So two plugs, one for the fan, one for the resistor. The resistor's how it works at speed. But what would happen was you just gave it a wee tap, 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 and it would start going on its own, but obviously that's not right, so it has to be working on its own. So we shall crack on here. We'll see if we can get this fan out. Just a couple of bolts in it, a couple of plugs, we'll see how we get on. Right, so we have our new fan from Ferry. Hopefully it's all good. Looks the same to me. I wonder if those, are they part of this? Are they maybe going here? I don't know. Not sure where they've been. I know, in there. Right, so they go in there, these rubber slots. So that's where that's falling out. It must be to stop the fan from vibrating. So we'll take them out of there. The fan, when you look at it, it's all rotten in there. So it did work if you gave it a little dunt. So probably a combination of resistor failed. Because it was working, it was only working on one speed, so probably a combination of that and the rot in there. So we'll get those bits swapped onto that one if we need, which it looks all good. The radiator's a wee bit rusty, but we don't see any leaks on it. So, and the coolant level's fine. Customers not reported of topping up the coolant. So obviously I've taken all this off, but actually the fans went down the way. It was quite tricky, but we did manage to get it out of there. You can see we'll be scratching on the plastic there, but nah, it did come out just a bit of. Oh, there you go. There's half the resistor there. The resistor's falling out it. So there you go. Just rotten. That's probably just been us wrestling out of there. So there you go. We'll crack on. We'll get the new one in. We'll get all the bits swapped over, those bits of rubber if we need them. And we'll run it up to temp, make sure it's all good. We do have a wheel bearing as well to do on it because that's rough as toast. Right, so the new fan is in there. Just need to tighten up that bottom bolt there. It did have the new rubber bits on it as well, so it had everything that I needed. So we put the cap on, we're just checking the coolant level. We'll put all this back just now. As well, put that pipe back on. And one of the bits falling out it, so I had that. What did I do with it? That's it. Right, so that will need to get back in. Goes in here, so it doesn't rattle about. Right, so like we said, we've got all that back on, fans fitted. It's a wee bit tricky, but be careful you don't bust that radiator. And we'll crack on now with this wheel bearing. So thanks for watching. Haven't already, hit that big thumb, hit that subscribe button. It's free for you guys, man. Have yourselves a great old day.